Hi. Today I want to talk to you guys about my favourite first lines from books. I have done the first sentence tag in the past with Jean from Bookish Thoughts. I'll put a link to that one in the description. But for that we sort of randomly selected books. This time I'm just going to talk you through some of my all-time favourites. I bet there are a lot more hiding in my personal library, and I also know that you guys probably have great suggestions, so if you do, leave them in the comments. Here we go. First of all, we have The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Late in the winter of my 17th year, my mother decided I was depressed. Presumably because I rarely left the house, spent quite a lot of time in bed, read the same book over and over, ate infrequently, and devoted quite a bit of my abundant free time to thinking about death. This is such a great introduction to the book. It has humor, but also sort of introduces you to the sort of general topic of the book. Then, of course, we have Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. I'm pretty sure you guys will all know this one by now. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of the good fortune must be in want of wife. Then this is one that I think came up in the first sentence challenge as well. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Far out in the uncharted backwaters of the unfashionable end of the western spiral arm of the galaxy lies a small, unregarded yellow sun, which does such a great job of being kind of vague, but also conveying the insignificance of Earth. Then one of my favorite books, Jean Rhys's Wide Sargasso Sea. The first sentence there really gives you the atmosphere and the overall theme of the book immediately in a really short sentence. They say when trouble comes, close ranks. And so the white people did. Then of course, another famous one, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much. 1984 by George Orwell is one that I haven't read yet, and I didn't know about this awesome first sentence until I did some research on the internet. And the first sentence is, it was a bright cold day in April and the clocks were striking 13. The first sentence of The Virgin Suicides by Geoffrey Jannetty immediately sort of does everything you expect but never thought would actually be in the first sentence. On the morning the last Lisbon daughter took her turn at suicide, it was Mary this time, and sleeping pills like Therese. The two paramedics arrived at the house knowing exactly where the knife drawer was, the gas oven, and the beam in the basement from which it was possible to tie a rope. Then I have a book that I talked about quite a lot recently, and I have a new edition because I got it for my birthday from Rosanna. The first sentence of Jane Eyre is, there was no possibility of taking a walk that day. And then finally we have Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, which I actually think has a pretty famous first sentence as well, and if you sort of know what the general topic of the book is, this just immediately makes you uncomfortable. Lolita, light of my life, fire of my loins. So those were some of my favorite first sentences. Like I said before, if you have a favorite, leave them in a comment below, and maybe I'll do one of these in the future again. And I'll talk to you guys later. Doei!
Hello, me cool.